Welcome. Today we're going to design the dashboard screens. The dashboard screen is going to comprise of all the screens that are going to be in the home menu. So we design the home, the booking, the notification, search doctors, user profile, among others, right? So we're going to start by duplicating this frame. Select it, Alt key, then you drag down to make a duplicate. And here we're going to rename it to our home. Okay, and here select all the content and delete, then except the logo. Select this and also delete it. All right, now here bring the logo to the left and take our text tool and type the name of our logo, which is Helix, and go and change it to H2 from our design library. All right, so now let's go to our plugins and add some. That is the first for icon. So we search for notification, then we add this. Also search for favorite, that is the heart icon, and add this, that is the first one. All right, so now we're going to select the notification icon and give it a background fill of our color, that is this one, that is the active column. Then we select the bell, that is the bell itself, and scale it down a bit and align it to the center of the frame that comes with it, and update the color to our global color, that is the secondary white color here. All right, then we select the main frame and also give it corner radius of 5. So we are done with that. Similarly, let's come to the second one, the background fill, to this as well, and also take the scale tool, select only the icon and also scale it down and align it to the center of the frame. Okay, so select the frame itself and also give it corner radius of 5. Right, then select the icon and also change the color to that. All right, so we are done with it. So we can now move, then drag to select all and take them up. So we take them up and position them there. So we're going to define the position from top where we want it to be. Okay, so place it here towards the end of the grid and bring this one too. So now you can select the two of them, align them properly, and distribute their horizontal spacing and leave the horizontal spacing to 10. All right, so select the logo and the logo text as well, align them, and also distribute their horizontal spacing to 10 plus to that, and group them together. So select all of them by holding down your shift key and group them together. Okay, now select this while all of them are aligned together, align them properly. Okay, so their X position, you should check it to see what the X position are. So now you can group it to define the X position. So the X position is 20, or the Y position should remain 60. So we are done with this step. Next, we're going to take our search tool. Okay, so we create a search tool around here. So let's take a frame of dimension of 360 by 40. So this is going to be 360 Okay, then we give corner radius of 15. We give it stroke of our global color, then take it to true. All right, so this is going to be the search frame. So we type search. All right, and change the body, change the text to body text. So detach that and go to body and put it inside the frame, and also change the color to that. All right, so let's go to our phosphor icon plugins, phosphor icons, and we search for magnifier. You can simply type search, and this will bring the magnifier glass. Double tap and remove it from the frame that come with it. Select the frame and delete it, then take only the icon and put it inside the search frame and align it to the center of the frame. Okay, then update the color to the same height as text. All right, so we are done with this step. We can take our scale to, maybe we just scale down the search icon down a bit and also bring it. Okay, so you can leave the X position to 330. All right, and this one to leave it to 20. So it's perfect that way. Okay, so here let's see if we can remove the background film. Or it's gonna be something like this. This is gonna affect our colors and all that, but that's fine. Well, let's quickly do that. We'll change this to our global color. Not that, only the white part. So that will be here. So just detach it and change it to a global color, and this texture to our global color. Then the status icon too, we change it back to our black. Or you can simply detach it and change it to black. Alright, so I think that way. Then here we change it to our global color, which is the dark gray. And this one. Then we bring the icon back to that same color. This one. Okay, so we're good to go this time. So I'm going to change the background fill so that it will not complicate not so that. Okay, leave it so height as it was. This. Okay, we want to bring the color that will blend with it properly. Alright, it's fine. We'll leave it like that. There we go. Alright, let's proceed now. Now we take another text. Alright, here. Specialist. Doctors. Okay, then there's going to be the body text, but the color is not going to be black, right? So we change it to 010101 for the body text like that. Okay, and we can also add it to our library so that another way of save it instead of going over and over. So click here and add it to library, body text column. Then we just create this tab. Okay, now bring it to the edge of the. Then we duplicate that to the right and say see all. So I'll enable the user to see all. Then we'll change it to a global color, which is this. Okay, we take it towards the end of the frame. Select the two and make sure they are aligned properly. Then we'll navigate back to our file and go to our design panel. Make sure we are naming these frames. So this is search frame. Okay, so that's fine. Now proceed. Let's take a frame of dimension 400, 105 by 130. Okay, then we give it corner radius of 10 and give it stroke. Not really, we don't need stroke. Instead, let's give it a fill of this red, that is our global color. You can make use of the other one that is not too sharp. Okay, so now let's go back to plugins and go to phosphor icons. Then we search for excuse me, let's search for ads. We're looking for something that is close to cardio. All right, let's make use of this. Select it and add it to the frame. Okay, it has not come. Now we do that again. Plugin, and we make use of cardio, that is the heart, and we're going to make use of this. Okay, let's also search for truth. We'll need this. Let's also search for I. We'll also need this. Okay, so that is about 3. Select this and bring it to the front or bring it out. All right, so we'll need about 3 different frames. Each and every one of them will have this corner's description. So I'll select the truth and also remove it for now. So we only need the heart. So we take our scale tool and increase the size of the heart and position it somewhere around there. Take it down again. Take it down again and make sure it's inside this red frame. Can take it down a bit again. Let's okay now. Now let's go and update the color. That is the black color. We change it to white as a global color. All right, so now we take our text tool and write some text description inside the frame. So this is going to be like the cardio specialist. Okay, then we change the alignment of the text with that. Then let's put it inside the frame and go back to our text, detach it and take down the text to body small text. So now let's make another duplicate and just update it to maybe number of doctors we have for this particular specialist. Okay, so say 2000, maybe that's a 2087 doctors. All right, so we select the text, also detach it and go and update it to another body text, that is small text, and put it here. The text is too much. Let's go and reduce this size to, let's put 14. That's it. So we detach it and do it manually. Take it down to 10. Okay, so select the text as well and update the colors to that white. All right, so now we can take this heart icon off a bit. Select the 2 texts plus the heart icon. Now we can distribute the horizontal vertical spacing. and leave it to 10. Then you can group them and take them to the middle of the frame by using your alignment tool. Alright, but one more thing again, let's select the frame and just update the height to 140 so that it will not be too close to the text. It's very important, your height spacing and all that. So select the group items, that is the text and all that. Select it and now align them to the center of the frame since we have updated the frame. Okay, so align it like this and also to the middle of it. So we are done with the first card. So let's select the card Alt key to make a duplicate, and this time we'll just ungroup them first. Okay, then we select the art icon, we delete that one, then we bring back the tooth inside the frame. Okay, so if you select here the art icon, it was about 49 in dimension, right? So we select the tooth icon and also update that to 49, right? 49. Okay, then we select it and take it up. All right, so update the color as well, select it and change to that. So the same thing, we select the text, the icon together and also distribute their vertical spacing to 10 as well. Then after that, you can group them together and put them inside the middle of the frame. And this time, this frame will have another color. Let's go to our global color and libraries. This time, let's make use of this blue. Right? So select that frame again, Alt key, then you make another duplicate. And this time here, we will also ungroup the inner elements. Also delete the ones we don't want. But before that, let's go back to our previous frame and update the text as well. Okay, so here is going to be dental specialist. Okay, then we also updated the number of doctors. All right, then let's come to here and also update it to eye specialist. Then also update the number of doctors we have in that. Okay, so here we delete that and bring the eye icon in it. But before that, let's select the eye icon frame and also update it to 49 by 49. Okay, so now bring it inside the frame and also align it to the center of the frame and change the fill to same height. Alright, so before we move on, let's go back to the previous screen and make sure this alignment is the same. Then here, select it and also the vertical spacing, we take it to 10 and group them together. Okay, so now we select the main frame and update the color. Okay, so we're going to detach this, then we change the color to one of our global color, that is this color this time. All right, so we're done with all this section, that is the card section. So let's select this text, Alt key, we drag it down, then here we update it to top doctors. Also come back here and change this initial to capture D. It's very important. Okay, so we have our top doctors here, and similarly we select this, Alt key, you bring it down to see all and make sure it's snapped towards the end of the grid. Okay, so before we proceed, let's select this text and this text and make sure they are properly aligned. So you can group them, then select these cards together and distribute their horizontal spacing. Okay, the horizontal spacing is 14, so you can make it 15. Okay, and group them together. Then align them to the center of the main frame this way. It's better. All right, so now we can select it together and distribute the vertical spacing to 20. So that's perfect. So similarly, select the top doctors and see all, align them together and also group them together. So now let's select this and go back to our layer panel and rename it as specialist cards. It's very important. Okay, so here we'll list a carousel for users to always swap list of doctors. Okay, so let's do that. So let's select a frame of dimension. Let's make it 100 by 100. Or better still, let's make it by 132. Okay, so I'll quickly give it a stroke, temporary stroke, so that we'll see it. All right, so the border radius to 10. Okay, so in this frame we're going to add the list of specialists with their names and all that. Okay, so you can also include their photos so that it will enable the user to see recommended specialists and all that. All right, okay, so now let's go to our plugins. There is this plugin we can use to generate random names, so we call it content reel. So you go to plugin, manage plugins, and search for it. So content reel, this is it. So run it and also save it. Okay, so first we're going to select our text, then we'll come and select the names we want to add. So male, this is it, female, full name and last name. So you're gonna have this. So we're going to go with the second option, which is the full name. So this is the first one. So just add doctor. So this will come into the frame. All right, so now we're gonna take this down to 10. Okay, and bring it inside the frame like this. Moreover, before we proceed, I'd like us to do something. Let's duplicate this frame. Alt key, we drag it, and we're going to update the height of it. Okay, so that we can have different section of picture and a section of text. All right, so in this frame here, we select this text and delete it. Then here we're going to reduce the height of the frame to that and update the corner radius of the bottom to 0, another bottom to 0. Okay, so let's just come here, select here the corner radius of the bottom 0, excuse me, and here 0 as well. Okay, then this is going to be the photo frame. All right, then we're going to duplicate that again. Alt key, then bring it down to make it faster. Just you can rotate it like this. Okay, rotate it minus 180. So minus 180 degree. So now this is where our card will be. Okay, so if you check this, you see that we have something like this. Now we will take down the height of this frame to that. Is that taken? So here we'll bring the doctor name inside this frame. Okay, and take it and put it in the frame like that. Okay, so we'll give it another subtitle, that is Alt key, you drag, and this is going to be, let's say, cardio specialist. Okay, then we reduce the text down to 8 and also the opacity to 70 so that they will not be in the same listing. Alright, so we'll have this like that. Now what we're going to do, this inner frame, we'll select it and just remove the strokes. Okay, so remove the stroke and we're going to give it background fill. So we give it background fill of white. So it's okay like that. So now let's go to our plugins. There's these plugins we used the other time to generate saved images, right? So I don't know if you still have it. If you don't have it, go to manage plugin eye faces. It has a lot of free faces you can use. Another alternative, you can use external resources like FreePic and all that to get free images, and you can also use Canva. So we use the UI faces, we run it, then we search for doctors, then see what we have here. And here, the problem here, they don't give you option to search, but you can just select randomly. But we want to go with the one that have doctors. So select this frame first before you run your plugin. So the UI faces, then you search, scroll down to see the one you want, or make sure the frame is selected. Okay, so we're dealing with doctors, we put that one. Alright, then now here we're going to remove the stroke too as well. Then we take this frame and put it here inside the other frame. Then this other frame, we remove the stroke as we did. So we keep it like this. So we are done with that first one. So now we can remove the entire stroke of the outer frame. Okay, so that's it. So what you're going to do here is just select it and remove the stroke from here. Okay, so Alt key to make a duplicate, then we keep it there. Then this time we're going to change the name. Okay, so select the text and go to your content reel again, plugins, content reel, then you choose another name this time. Okay, so so we don't have one, so we can go for full name again. Then we search for another name. This time let's use woman. Then we'll go back and change the specialist. So here it's going to be this time dental specialist. Okay, it's going to be dental specialist. Then we'll change the photo to male. So make sure the frame is selected. Go to your UI faces again and look for another female doctor. Then we insert it back. So we insert here. Okay, so we're done with the second one. Then let's duplicate that one. Alt key, we drag to the right and add one more. So this time is going to be the eye specialist. Okay, so here we'll update it to eye specialist and also change the name. Okay, so let's just change the name to another name, say Frank. I need to go through that stress again. Then we select the image frame and also come back here. Then we'll look for another face, then we add it there, this one there, and that's fine. Then we're going to add one more. I'm going to duplicate the last frame again. Alt key will duplicate so that it will be something they can scroll. All right, so here we select the frame also, and this time let's go to our Figma to get more photos. This Figma. Alright, so still loading. Let me run it again. Figma. When we search for doctor, what we're going to do next is to select the cards together and bring them outside the frame first. And go down the shift key, select them, and distribute their horizontal spacing. First, align them like this and distribute their horizontal spacing, and give the spacing to just 20. Alright, so that is better. So now what we're going to do, we'll select them together and add auto layout, which is going to be Shift A to add an auto layout. Okay, so this way they'll be in a single frame. So it says specialist. Carousel. Okay, so we have the specialist carousel here. Then we leave it there. Okay, now in the direction we want it to be horizontal, they are scrolling. Okay, so you can now scroll them horizontally and all that. So you can change that for now prototype and scrolling, change it to horizontal. So now we can drag it and put it inside the frame like this. Okay, all right, so now let's select the last text and this text also. Go back to a design and leave it to 20 in terms of spacing. Alright, gradually we are moving. Then the next one we are going to do, you can update the text of this one I to another thing. That is going to be the, so let's hotkey this, drag it down to make another duplicate. And this time we're going to change the top doctors to recommendations. The last thing we are going to do is to create components for the home menus. Okay, all right, so now let's go to our plugins. As for icons, search for home, or add this, search for list, add this, search for calendar, or add this, and search for user, then add this. Alright, so we can close it now. Now let's customize it. Select the frame icon and remove it from the frame. Select the icon also, remove it from the frame. Delete the frame. Select the icon, delete the frame. Select this home icon, Shift plus A to add auto layout into it. Okay, this one too, select it, Shift A to add auto layout. This one, Shift A, and the last one, Shift A. Okay, so we can rename these small frames as home, this one as booking, this one as specialist, and the last one as user. Okay, so now let's take our text tool and click inside the home frame and write home. Okay, now select the home frame and go and add background fill. Select the home frame like this and add background fill of our global color. Okay, and change the text color to height, the border radius to 15, just for the home only. Okay, so we are done. Now we're going to select all of them together, then Shift plus A to also add another auto layer so that we'll have them like this. Okay, and increase the spacing between them to 80. Okay, so now let's zoom out and see what we have so that it will not exceed our main frame. So bring it here has exceeded. So we are going to reduce the spacing to 50. Let's see what we have. So if you take it now, that's perfect. Alright, so now select the main frame and we add the inner margin, that is the top, to be 10, 10, that is 20. Then the spacing of the left, right, let's make it 10 as well, so that there will be space before the icons like this. Okay, so now we're going to give it stroke. Now go to stroke and give it custom stroke. So we are going to add the stroke first, then we customize the stroke. Okay, so we click on this dialog box and give it to only top. Okay, then the corner radius to 15, like this. Alright, and the stroke color we change it to our global color, this one. Alright, now we can take it and insert it into the frame. And these other icons too, we need to update the color back to our global color, this to our global color. Excuse me, this icon, only the icons to our global color, this one too to our global color, and this one here to our global color. Okay, so we can now rename the frame as navigation menu. Then we drag it and put it into the main frame and align it to the center of the frame. Alright, so now we can work on the spacing and all that to see that we don't have too much spacing between them. So what we're going to do, let's select this recommendation list and bring it down a bit. Our card carousel will bring it down a bit. Then this doctor list will also bring it down a list. Now let's go back to these cards and ungroup them first. Then we update the height so that they can fill in this space. Okay, so let's increase the height to 150. This one to 150. This one to 150. Okay, so now you can select them all together and group them back. Hold down your shift key, then Ctrl J or Command J to do that. Okay, then that's fine now. Then these cards here, also we can retouch them to have some borders. Alright, so let's take the frame out back and select the card frames only. Okay, and go and add stroke, just a fainted stroke. Okay, and we'll bring the stroke outside and we take it to 0.5 thickness. So on the thickness color, the stroke color, we take it to this color. Right, that's better. Similarly, this one, give it a stroke outside 0.15, and the color to that as well. Which color did we use before? Let's say color supposed to be uniform. Let's go back to the color. So is that what we use? Yes. So the same thing here. Give it a stroke outside 0.5 and also give it that. Okay, this is the one we use. So it's done. Now we can take it back to the frame. And when you are putting it to the frame, make sure part of it is stay outside like this, so that the user will be able to do the horizontal scrolling and all that. Okay, so now let's distribute the vertical spacing and leave it like that. So I'm going to select this and the last card, then we are going to distribute the vertical spacing. and also align them to the center of the frame. We reduce this to 50. Okay, so these top doctors there, and the list also reduce it down to 15. Then this recommendation and the doctors as well, also take it down to 50. Then this way all your high spacing is quite okay. Then our search here, let's come back there and also take the thickness to 1. All right, this way is better. Right, so now let's take the last preview, the final preview, to see what we have in our prototype. So if you preview, you should have something like this. That is excellent, and everything should work perfect. And the horizontal scrolling effect, if you tap the doctor's scrolling, should scroll. And if you are not seeing the effect of the scrolling, let's go back, select, remove the frame. So let's draw another frame. Okay, and name is scrolling. All right, so this frame should be shorter than the main card frame in terms of width. Okay, so you take the main card frame and put it inside like this, and make sure part of it is hidden. Okay, so now let's bring this frame inside here like this and leave it like that. Okay, so we also select the frame and make sure it blends with our background. So the frame should be the same color with our background, which is this color from our library. All right, so now when we select the frame, we'll go back to prototype and also change it to horizontal. Let's see what happened this time. So if we preview now, the scrolling effect should work. So you can see it's working now. That's perfect. All right, so any other adjustment you can do it to make sure all the items show. So congratulations, this is one of the longest videos so far, the lesson. So take your time. I'm doing it step by step so that you get everything we are doing. And so in the next lesson, we're going to design the notification screen. Then we'll go to the favorite screen. See you in the next lesson.